Good morning. Welcome to session 11, chapter 2 of company law. Here we are going to discuss about shelf prospectus according to section 31. See, prospectus is a document which is issued by making an offer to general public to purchase its shares, as we have studied in previous session or previous sessions. Now shelf prospectus, let's see. See, information about the issue of shares contained in a file laying on a shelf is called shelf prospectus. It is as simple as about the issue of shares, the information contained in a file which is laying on a shelf is called shelf prospectus. Financial institutions and banks issue this type of prospectus. Mind it, the financial companies issue this type of prospectus. A company filing such a prospectus is also required to file an information memorandum on all material facts relating to new charges created, changes occurring in the financial position in the period from the first offer and previous offer and the succeeding offer of securities within such time as may be prescribed by central government prior to the making of a second or subsequent offer of securities under shelf prospectus. What is stated here is, okay, the company, financial company, it is made, one thing I made you clear that it must be a financial company. So financial company which files that prospectus must also require to file an information memorandum, means a document containing information. What information must be included in the document? All material facts relating to new charges created and changes occurring in financial position. Okay, if there is any change in financial position and new charges occurred, must be included in that memorandum in the period from the first offer, means between first offer and second offer. So when the second offer is made, between the periods of a first offer, previous offer and succeeding offer of securities. Okay, between the periods previous offer, present offer and future succeeding offers, within the periods, within such time, within the periods as may be prescribed by the central government prior to making the second or subsequent offer. It is under shelf prospectus. The information memorandum has to be issued. Just now I told, right, the information memorandum means information document regarding any changes or charges, etc. The information memorandum has to be issued to the public along with the shelf prospectus at the stage of first offer of securities. Okay, both information bulletin as well as shelf prospectus must be issued to general public at the time of first offer. The prospectus remains valid for 1 year from the date of opening of the first issue of securities. Means it is valid for 1 year only. Where an update of information is filed every time an offer of securities is made, if there is any update, of course I need to bring to your kind notice of one thing, that if there is any change of information, update of information, that should be filed every time an offer of securities is made. Such information memorandum together with the shelf prospectus shall constitute the prospectus. Means the information bulletin plus shelf prospectus constitute the prospectus. Let's see what is a shelf prospectus. A shelf prospectus means a prospectus in which the securities or class of securities includes therein are issued for subscription in one or more issues over a certain period without the issue of further prospectus. In a single prospectus, further issues are done. Okay. In simple words, in a single prospectus, subsequent issues are done. It is called shelf prospectus. A shelf prospectus should disclose necessary particulars so that an intending investor may decide it for himself whether or not it is worthwhile to invest money in that particular company. So many issues are done on a prospectus makes an investor aware of whether to invest on a particular company or not. On the basis of facts disclosed in the prospectus, intending subscribers offer to purchase shares or debentures can make the decision regarding their investment on the company. Hence, extreme caution is needed in the preparation and issue of prospectus. If there is any misstatement, and it will mislead the investors, and when on the basis of shelf prospectus, since subsequent issues are made, subsequent issues are made, it attracts, it needs so much attraction by the person who is behind the preparation of prospectus. Companies ventures sound a lot. The risky projects the company is going to undertake sounds a lot for investors. These ventures will be known by investors only through this prospectus. So prospectus is the only window through which the potential investors can look into the soundness of the company's ventures. If the ventures are profitable, more investors may be interested to invest on the securities. So here, which acts as a window? Prospectus acts as a window through which the potential investors peep into the activities of the company. This is about shelf prospectus. Let's see what are the features and legal provisions. Features, or it is also called the legal provisions of shelf prospectus. Here, first one, issuing authority. As per section 31 of Companies Act of 2013, the features or legal provisions of relating to shelf prospectus are like this. First one, it is issuing authority. Shelf prospectus is issued by any class or classes of companies as the Securities and Exchange Board of India may provide by regulations in this behalf. By any authority it can be issued. Second one, validity. The shelf prospectus shall have a validity period not exceeding 1 year, which shall commence from the date of opening of the first offer of securities under that prospectus. Okay. Next one, term. The validity period not exceeding 1 year should be indicated in the shelf prospectus. The term is 1 year, not exceeding 1 year. And subsequent issue. In respect of subsequent offer or issue of securities, second issue of securities, during validity period, no further prospectus shall be required. So while giving the meaning itself, I have made it very clear for you. A company filing, next one, information memorandum. A company filing a shelf prospectus shall be required to file an information memorandum. If it is there, means additional the document memorandum containing additional information which is not included in shelf prospectus should be enclosed with, with the registrar before making of any second or subsequent offer of securities under shelf prospectus. If there is any information memorandum, that should be included and submitted to the registrar before making second offer. Next one, content. Information memorandum, about content of information memorandum. The information memorandum shall contain all the material facts relating to information memorandum means a separate document containing the information which are not stated in shelf prospectus. Okay, so information memorandum may contain these items: new charges created and changes in financial position as have occurred between first offer of securities and the succeeding offer of securities, and such other changes as may be prescribed by government by referring Companies Act or by referring some government provisions, etc. And seventh one, intimation of charges. Where a company or any other person has received applications for the allotment of securities along with the advance payment of subscription before the making of such a change, okay, the company or other person shall intimate the charges to such applicants. What I am telling here is, where a company or any other person has received applications for the allotment of securities, means applications are called out. So against application, if a company or any other person has received the application along with the advance payment, the customers are also permitted to make advance payment of subscription before making of such a change, means before making change in prospectus, the company or any other person shall intimate the changes to such applicants. If a particular applicant subscribes for the shares, put an application for the shares, and after that the changes will be brought into the prospectus, the same applicant should be informed with these changes. If the applicant expresses a desire to withdraw their application, the company or the other person shall refund all the money received as subscription within 15 days or before. So what is said here is, intimation of changes means, in shelf prospectus, changes are welcomed. Subsequent offers are made on a single prospectus, and assume that a person who has paid advance money and applied for the shares with the company or any other person, and after his application is received and advance payment is received, the company feels that some changes should be brought into the prospectus, either in line with the Companies Act or any provisions of government bodies. Changes can be brought in, and the same information bulletin must be made reached to the applicant. So after going through the changes, if the applicant is not willing to continue as shareholder and continue to purchase the shares still, his application money should be given back within 15 days or before. Last one, deemed prospectus. Let's see what is deemed prospectus. When an information memorandum is filed every time an offer of securities is made, such memorandum together with the shelf prospectus shall be deemed to be a prospectus. Okay, information bulletin, information memorandum is filed along with the prospectus every time, and that becomes prospectus, real prospectus. Information bulletin with the shelf prospectus become the actual prospectus. And now we are going to discuss about deemed prospectus. According to section 25 subsection 1, see, prospectus is important for the applicants or the what we can say, the investors, to come to know about the company. Okay, so prospectus serves as an important document to educate the investors, to convert potential investors into the actual investors, and which motivates the investors to invest on the company. Here, deemed prospectus, section 25 subsection 1 provides that where a company allots or agrees to allot shares to any intermediary, means issuing house. Intermediaries are issuing house. Okay. For the purpose of public offer, and such intermediary offers the shares to the public by way of an advertisement or document. Such advertisement or document shall be deemed as prospectus. Section 25 subsection 1 of Companies Act of 2013 says that if the company allots some shares, allots and agrees to allot, either actually allots or agrees to allot the shares to some intermediaries, means some issuing houses, for the purpose of issuing shares to general public, and such intermediary for the attraction of investors gives an advertisement or document, such advertisements, document containing such advertisements are deemed to be the prospectus. Okay, so these are called deemed prospectus. In simple words to say, it is nothing but a prospectus issued inviting subscription for shares or debentures by the issuing house, not by the company directly. Means the company takes the help of issuing house for investing on, for collecting investors. Even though the issuing house issues the prospectus, it is considered as the prospectus issued by the company which has allotted the shares to the issuing house for the purpose of public issue. Issuing house is permitted to issue prospectus. Even though issuing company issues prospectus, it is considered as the prospectus issued by the company which has allotted shares to the issuing house for the purpose of welcoming investors. For any misstatement in such a prospectus issued by issuing house, the company as well as the issuing house will be held liable. They invite the liability. Okay. So this is about deemed prospectus. Hope you understood. Thank you.